Hello and welcome to Animal Wised. Today, our professional vet demonstrates how to best react if your dog experiences an epileptic seizure at home. Although it is easier said than done, the first thing you must absolutely do is remain calm. An epileptic seizure or attack is an overactivity of the central nervous system. As a result, stimuli such as loud noises, the animal sensing stress, or being manipulated too much can make the convulsions last longer and be much more violent. It can also be quite difficult to recognize whether your pet is really having an epileptic seizure. There are many different types of seizure, such as partial seizures, which are not the typical convulsions we're used to seeing in films or on internet videos. This can make it hard for you to know what's happening. One piece of advice which can be hard to follow in the moment is to film the seizure, something which can be very helpful when you take them to the vet after. This way, you can show the video to the professional who will have a better idea of what occurred and how to respond. The first thing to do is to stay calm and think about filming your dog's seizure, even if only for a little while. Then you have to take action. If your dog is suffering from an epileptic seizure, you will need to go to them as gently as possible to remove any objects in their vicinity which might cause them harm. This means you need to clear a space around the animal. Remember not to touch them any more than is necessary. You can wait by their side and stroke them gently while speaking in a low tone of voice, but under no circumstances should you hold them down or try to restrict their movement. Similarly, never shout or raise your voice. Another important thing to avoid at all costs is turning the lights on and off. It's best to keep the room dark and quiet. Normally, a seizure should not last very long. If this is not their first seizure, your vet should have prescribed a treatment to help them. However, if this is their first epileptic seizure, the best thing you can do is wait for the seizure to pass naturally. If the convulsions last for more than 2 minutes, you're going to have to carefully pick up the animal in your arms and take them straight to your nearest emergency veterinary clinic. It is common for a dog to start drooling during a seizure. If so, you can gently slip a small towel or similar material under their mouth to help absorb the drool and prevent it from accumulating in their mouth. Especially when your dog doesn't have a lot of space, another helpful course of action is to surround them with towels so they do not hurt themselves by banging into walls or furniture when convulsing. Above all, remember that your pet's character can change during an epileptic seizure. Stay away from the mouth area. Don't make any sudden movements. There are times after an epileptic seizure when your pet can be aggressive. It's not because they have anything against you, it's just that an epileptic seizure can disorientate them and they don't know what's happening. If your pet lets you, when the seizure is over, you can approach them to provide some reassurance and comfort. Do all you can not to stress or be too nervous. We keep stressing this point as it's the most important thing to do. If your pet hasn't become aggressive, you'll see they are extremely nervous. For example, it's very common to see them running compulsively in circles without stopping. You'll need to make room for them to avoid bumping into anything. As soon as they are calm, take them to the vet for a checkup. Remember that an epileptic seizure can have many underlying causes. It may be a neurological issue, but it can also be due to a non-neurological cause such as low blood sugar, high blood pressure, liver disease, renal failure, or intoxication of any kind. In any case, it is extremely important your vet checks the dog's vital signs so we can understand what has happened to them. You should also be aware that sometimes a developing seizure can provide warning signals. You may notice the dog behaves differently, sticking close to you, hiding in the home, running in circles, or being overly nervous. When guardians have a dog with epilepsy, they should learn how to detect early signs of a seizure once they have experience. So, if you suddenly find your dog behaving differently, be vigilant and stay on your guard. It's possible that a seizure could occur. In cases where a seizure does occur, you know how to cope and try to make the moment as calm as possible by keeping a cool head. Then you need to get to the vet as quickly as possible. We hope you found this video useful. Leave a comment if you have any questions and subscribe for more videos to come. We'll see you next time.